Hey, Tom.
What's up? You at work right now, right?
Yes, but I'm on my lunch break. Are you at home now?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Your mother gave me a hard time again this morning.
Huh?
She told me to do the housework because she didn't like the way I did. She also told me to make lunch for her. Use a high-grade detergent for laundry. Come home early once in a while and cook dinner. Clean the bathroom before I go to work. Go grocery shopping every day and keep the refrigerator well stocked. And on and on. She was hysterical all morning.
She must be under a lot of stress.
What are you talking about? I'm going to be neurotic if she starts hysterical like that in the morning. No matter how I think about it, it just seems like she's harassing me, don't you think?
Don't be ridiculous.
It was her wish to live with us, remember? Just because she has been feeling lonely since her husband passed away, there's no reason to get hysterical like that.
She's just lonely and sad, so just be nice to her.
Even if I wanted to be nice to her, I wouldn't feel like it if she keeps harassing me every day.
Then why don't you just let her say whatever she wants?
How am I supposed to do that when she keeps going on and on? Besides, why are you at home anyway?
Why? It's my apartment, and this is where I live, you know?
That's not what I'm talking about. You quit your job 5 months ago without consulting me.
We're done talking about that.
It's not over. You still haven't found a new job. What the hell are you doing?
I'm looking for a job. I just haven't found the right job for me. I'm waiting for a chance to get a perfect job for me.
What? We have your mother to take care of. Which means we have to pay for her food. And on top of that, she's asking me for an allowance. We need the money now more than ever.
I understand. I'm looking for a job, so stop nagging about it. I'm going to have a nervous breakdown if you keep bringing it up.
How dare you keep pushing me to do all these things? Since you're at home anyway, why don't you do what she says?
Huh?
At least do the housework and take care of your mother.
Why do I have to do that?
Well, let me ask you, are you willing to work?
Of course I am. I'm going to get a job this time and make things easier for you. So can you give me an allowance?
Huh? Are you still saying that again at this point?
Even though I'm unemployed, I still need some money.
You've been hanging around at home all this time. What are you going to spend it on? Tell me.
Well, there's a lot of things.
It's just horse races and some beer, right? Why don't you get serious about finding a job when you have time to play around? I just told you that we need money.
Oh, you're so persistent.
Persistent? I work hard and do all the housework for you and your mother. Can't you at least show a little gratitude? What do you and your mother think of me?
Okay, that's enough. Hey, Emma, you're coming home early today, right?
I can't say until I go to work. It depends on the work situation.
Depends on the work situation? You don't do much work, so don't talk so big about it. Tom and I don't even have a regular dinner time because you come home at different times. For the sake of my health, I need you to make it on time, okay?
That's why I keep the fridge stocked with so much food. You asked me to do that, right?
Huh? I'm fine with it, but don't you feel sorry for Tom if he gets hungry?
But he is unemployed right now. I think he can at least cook dinner by himself. so you don't have to worry so much.
Huh? Are you going to neglect your husband and prioritize work? I really can't believe it.
But I have to work since he is unemployed. Please understand that I'm not working this hard because I want to.
Then what? Are you saying that Tom is the bad guy here?
It's not like that, but as you can imagine, being unemployed for 5 months would affect our finances. There is a limit to what 3 adults can do with only one source of income.
You make it sound like it's our fault. You're being so rude to us. Why did Tom marry someone like you? Emma, are you home yet?
I'm still at work. I think I'm almost done.
Huh? Then it'll be at least an hour before you get home.
I guess so. But if I don't get this done, I'll have to work late tomorrow.
Mom's pissed that there's no dinner.
What?
She says you always put work first.
What's that? Who do you think I work so hard for? I work so hard, and then I come home and do all the housework. I'm told to do one thing after another, and if I'm even a little late, I'm yelled at every day. Tom, I told you the other day you're unemployed, so help me with something.
Huh? I'm a man, so I don't have to do anything at home.
You're unemployed, right? How can you say that when you haven't even had a job for 5 months? I'm the only one who's having a hard time. That's why I lost 10 pounds. Do you know how hard I have to work every day?
Yes, I get it. Don't need any more of your nagging.
Excuse me?
Forget about dinner. Mom said she'd buy me some Chinese, so I'm going to go eat something delicious. It's much better than your cooking.
Huh?
Emma, I heard you're sarcastic to Tom every day. That you keep telling him to get a job soon or something.
Of course I'm telling him to get a job. It's already been 5 months since he's been unemployed.
You want him to help with the housework, cook dinner, or do something to help you out. He doesn't stay home because he wants to, you know? He's waiting to find a job he's happy with. Why can't you understand that?
If we have enough savings, I would wait too. But if he just slacks around while we're having financial difficulty, I have to tell him to get a job as soon as possible.
It's a tragedy that my son is married to such a horrible woman. I should give him some advice already.
About what?
Get rid of such a trashy wife.
Huh? Trashy wife? How could you say that?
What's with that cocky way of talking? That's not how you're supposed to talk to your mother-in-law. You need to watch your mouth. Or is this how it is with all women who are preoccupied with their work? Bragging about how hard you're working, but don't care about your family. Why can't you be more supportive?
Don't care about my family? Aren't you talking about your son?
What?
No matter how much I tell him, he doesn't listen. No matter how hard a time I'm having, he says it's none of his business. He is exactly the kind of husband who doesn't care about his wife.
You are very cocky today. Are you trying to challenge me or Tom? I didn't think you were such a cocky woman. I feel more and more sorry for him.
Oh my goodness.
In the first place, I'm the most important person in this house. Tom is next, and you're the lowest. If you don't shut up and do what I say, I'll have you divorce Tom. Please keep that in mind.
Fine. Then I will divorce him. I don't care about a scum mother and son like you anymore.
What? Did you lose your mind when you heard the word divorce? I'll really get you a divorce, you know?
Sure, go ahead. Make my day. People work hard for their wages and then they do whatever they want with it. I'm the only one who has to take care of the housework, and you two are just playing around every day. This is ridiculous.
Wait, Emma.
I don't want a scum like you or Tom. I'm divorcing him.
Emma, do you even know what you're talking about?
Of course I do. I feel very clear now.
What?
In the first place, do you guys understand the situation here? Tom is unemployed and has zero income, and you're only receiving a pension. And yet, you don't pay for any living expenses at home. Whose money do you think you are living on every month?
Isn't it from Tom's savings?
Huh? There's no way he has any savings. If he has any, he pours it into horse racing. He is always broke.
Is he really?
And yet, you call me a big shot? I'm not acting like a big shot. It's because if I don't work, we won't be able to live. I'm asked to do crazy shopping. I'm exhausted every day from all the work I do. And I don't know where he gets the money, but he eats out with you from time to time.
How did you know about that?
Your stupid son is voluntarily telling me everything. He sometimes says he's going out to eat something delicious with you.
He does?
Why am I working so hard every day? Is it worth doing it, even if it means losing 10 pounds of weight? Let me tell you something. We have been able to live a normal life without having to worry about money, only because I'm working. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What's wrong with you all of a sudden? Why are you saying all this?
If you think I'm going to stay quiet forever, you're mistaken. I'm a human being too. I have my limits.
What limits?
In the first place, it was you who asked us to let you live with us in this house, wasn't it? You said you would be lonely to live alone since your husband passed away. I told you that since we live in the same neighborhood, we could just go back and forth to each other's houses. But you insisted on moving in with us.
Oh, did I?
When I was thinking about it, you said you would take care of everything at home in exchange for moving in with us. You said you would do all the house chores and not worry about any of it. I made a mistake in believing those words.
That's a terrible thing to say. I'm your mother-in-law, so you're supposed to take care of me, right?
That's not what we agreed on, is it? When I said that it would be difficult to just live together as long as we're both working, you offered your own conditions, remember? I won't let you say you've forgotten. Besides, I'm disappointed in your son as well.
What?
He quit his job on his own without even consulting me. I can't believe that he has been unemployed for 5 months. As far as I can tell, he has no intention of working.
I don't think so. He is just waiting to find a job that suits him. Isn't that what he said the other day?
Even though we're struggling to make ends meet? Even though I'm working so hard? Even though I'm paying for all the living expenses? No matter how many times I tell him, he wouldn't listen to me. I'm really disgusted.
Aren't you a little harsh on him?
Whatever. I'll gladly divorce him. And then I'll be a stranger to both of you. It's my lunch break now, so I have some time now. I'm going to the city office right now to get the divorce papers.
Wait a minute, Emma! Emma, about earlier, I think I went a little overboard. I haven't told Tom about the divorce yet. Can you pretend it never happened?
No, it's fine as it is.
What?
I told you. I feel so good right now. I can finally get away from you guys.
That's terrible, Emma.
I'll have Tom fill out the divorce papers tonight, and I'll submit them to the city office tomorrow. So you guys need to pack up your stuff and leave the house tomorrow.
What? Why do we have to leave? Tom bought this apartment, didn't he? You should be the one to leave.
Please stop joking. Didn't you hear anything from him?
Huh?
I bought that apartment when I was single. Of course it's in my name too. That's why you and Tom are leaving.
Your apartment?
Yes.
But if you're divorcing, there's something called property division, right? You should sell the apartment and get some cash, and Tom should get half of it.
Don't you know anything about property division?
What?
Property division is applied to the property and assets we built together after marriage. The apartment was purchased by me before we got married. And our joint savings after marriage is almost zero, since he has put it all into horse racing.
Huh?
Therefore, please be aware that there will be no property division.
Wait a minute. Then where are we supposed to go?
Why don't you just go back to your house and live together?
There isn't any...
Huh?
I don't have that house anymore.
Why not?
Tom told me to sell it and save the money for our future.
So, you have some savings from the house, right?
Since he arranged everything, I thought it was you who was watching the money.
I've never heard of or seen that money before. I've never even heard about selling your house.
Then where's the money?
It's probably gone to his horse racing. But you must have benefited from it a little too, didn't you?
Sometimes he gives me a little money.
Oh, so you were fooled by that little allowance, weren't you? In the first place, how could he afford to give you an allowance when he doesn't even have a job? It's not that hard to figure out.
Oh no. Emma, please. Don't kick us out. If you want to divorce Tom, that's fine. But please let us keep living here.
Huh? I don't understand. I have no intention of living with a scum like you and your son. Please leave by the end of tomorrow. I'm not going to have you guys in my apartment ever.
Don't be so cold. Life without you will be lonely again. So please continue your life with me.
No, no, no. That's not going to happen when we're going to be strangers. There's just no way. I don't want to see you guys anymore. Please get out of my apartment tomorrow.
Emma, don't abandon us.
If I see you or Tom tomorrow when I get home from work, I will call the police right away. So please be gone by tomorrow.
That's not going to happen. We have lived together as a family. Let's continue to live together and help each other.
Don't play with me, you scumbags. After that, they left the apartment together. Tom was surprised that his mother and I had discussed divorce on our own, but he couldn't say anything back. I don't trust people who can't take action and can't speak for themselves. They rented an old wooden apartment in the outskirts of town, using 1 month's worth of his mother's pension. Tom then started looking for a job in a hurry. But he couldn't get a job, perhaps because they were suspicious of his 5-month blank period. I heard that he now has no choice but to start working part-time as a manual laborer to earn money for living expenses. He works day and night and is exhausted every day. His mother has also started working part-time. Tom can't go to his favorite horse race, and his mother is stressed out because she can't do her own shopping. I am enjoying living alone in my own apartment. I realize that it is such a spacious property. I'm going to work hard for a while to save up my savings that were used up by them.
Eric? Are you there? We need to talk. Why did I only get $5 for this month's child support payment? What's going on? You promised to send me $200 a month. Are you in some kind of trouble? This is your duty as a father, so I'd appreciate if you'd stop screwing me around and actually pay the amount you said you would.
Sup, Joanne? I'm guessing you checked your bank balance.
Duh. Why do you think I'm messaging you? We might have been divorced for 5 years now, but that doesn't change the fact that you're Fonzie's father. And it doesn't change the fact that you have obligations to fulfill to him. If you don't start fulfilling those obligations properly, you and I are going to have issues.
No heckin' way. This ain't fair at all. It's not like I'm the one raising Fonzie, is it? Why should I give you all that money for him when I'm hardly even involved? I only see him a few times a month. It makes no sense for me to pay that much.
Excuse me? Are you for real right now?
To be honest, I thought it was bullcrap from the get-go, but I ignored my better judgment and carried on paying the full amount for years because I was scared you'd stop playing games with visitation rights. You know what? I'm not going to take it anymore. $5 a month is more than enough child support money. You're the one who divorced me. Raising the kid is your responsibility.
Oh my God, Eric, are you being serious right now? Like, are you actually being serious right now? You genuinely believe $5 child support a month is enough?
Are you dumb? This ain't a question of whether it's enough or not. This is a question of why the heck I have any obligation to pay you child support in the first place, considering you're the one who divorced me.
I divorced you because you cheated on me, you doofus. Jesus. Do you want us to drag all that old crap up again? Besides, the child support money isn't for me. The clue's in the name. It's for Fonzie. He has a right to that money. You're supposed to be paying $200 a month in child support to fulfill your obligations as Fonzie's father.
What's the point if you're the one who spends it? I don't see how it's helping Fonzie. You're just using him as a tool to get your grubby mitts on my cash.
What am I supposed to do? Give it to him? He's 7 years old, you idiot! You've been paying me the money into a bank account I made especially for this purpose for the last 5 years. I spend all of it on Fonzie with utmost consideration for his needs at all times.
I wonder. Are you really telling the truth? I'm not convinced. You hear stories all the time about struggling single mothers spending all their kids' child support on themselves. It wouldn't surprise me one heckin' bit if that turned out you were doing the same thing. Single mothers are all the same, after all. Everyone knows you're a blight on society.
Wow, because that's not prejudiced. Jesus, Eric, you're unreal. Fine, if you don't trust me, how about I show you my receipts? I've been keeping everything just in case you ever complained about this exact kind of thing. So if you want to see them, I'm ready.
I ain't got the time to look at your frickin' receipts. Do I look like a bank clerk? Look, bottom line is, the child support payments will be going down to $5 a month from here on out. That will be all.
Oh, no you don't. Wait a sec. You don't just get to decide the conversation's over when I'm not done speaking to you. We made an official agreement at the time of the divorce, so you don't have the right to reduce the payments without my consent. You sent me another $5 again this month. Eric, you seriously need to cut this crap out. If you insist on continuing with this absurd behavior, I'll have no choice but to take extreme measures.
What's that supposed to mean? You wouldn't be able to take an extreme measure if it hit you in the face.
Oh, you really think so? Well, then go ahead and try me. It means speaking to my lawyer again and having it arranged that the money be taken from you through other means, such as, I don't know, having it seized directly out of your salary.
Directly seized? Sorry, babe, but that ain't gonna happen.
What makes you so sure?
Yeah, that's a personal question. And a severe invasion of my privacy, so... I'm sorry, Sugar Tits, but I can't answer that.
You have a warped view on rights when you can't answer a simple question, but have no issue with denying your son the right to his child support.
Like I said, I'm not the one raising the brat, so you should be grateful you're even getting $5.
If there are circumstances making it difficult for you to pay the full amount, then you should just say so. If you have something going on in your life that can't be helped, then I'd be willing to consider a temporary reduction. But we're never going to go anywhere if you keep playing these stupid games with me.
Circumstances? Nah. It's plain sailing on my end, babe. The bottom line is, the child support payments will be continuing at $5 a month forever. See ya.
Hey, wait! Hey, Joanne, it's been a while. It's Eric's sister, Anna. Huh? Anna? I hope you're doing okay. Sure, I'm alright. I hope you're doing okay, too. Things sure were chaotic back while the divorce was going on. Thanks so much for having my back then, babe. You really have no idea how much it meant to me. It's fine, really. The whole thing was all my idiot brother's fault to begin with, so of course I was gonna have your back. Anyway, about why I messaged you today. My idiot brother wouldn't happen to have done anything else idiotic lately, would he? How do you mean? For example, anything to do with the child support? Well, actually, now that you mention it... God damn it. I'm impressed. You always were pretty darn perceptive, Anna. Would you mind telling me exactly what he's doing? Alright, well, starting last month, he took it upon himself to reduce the child support payments to $5 a month. $5? It was supposed to be $200 a month, right? Right. Up until last month, we never really spoke at all, but he'd been paying me the full $200 on time every month without issue. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he boldly declares that he's reducing it to $5 a month without going through any official procedures, without going through my lawyer, and completely without my consent. Wow, I see. Did something happen on your end? How did you know something was going on? Well, I'm not sure exactly how to tell you this, but here's what happened. I'm not sure whether it was my mom or my dad, but anyway, up until recently, one of them had been dragging my lazy-ass brother to the bank every month. That way, they could confirm beyond any doubt that he was, in fact, paying the child support like he was supposed to. Wow, really? Yes. Damn. So they've been going out of their way to help me behind the scenes these last 5 years? I feel kind of guilty. Wait, what do you mean until recently? Well, my mom and dad were involved in a car accident the day before last month's child support payment. Oh my god, no way! Are they both okay? They're a little scratched, bruised, and shaken up, but there's no danger to their lives. They're both staying in hospital for the time being, but the doctors are pretty confident they won't suffer any ill effects from the accident. Phew, well, I'm really pleased to hear that. However, the problem is, my mom and dad being stuck in hospital beds means there's no one to supervise my idiot brother and make sure he paid the child support. I'd love to help out if I could, but I live a long way away with my husband, so it'd be difficult for me to take over in my parents' absence. I see. So Eric's sudden $5 a month declaration is actually him taking advantage of the situation with your mom and dad's car accident? I'm so sorry, Anna. I know this is probably the last thing you needed on your plate. Whoa, now, take that back. You don't have a thing to apologize for, babe. I finally understand what's happening now. Thanks so much for letting me know. Don't mention it. Anyway, as for what we do next, my mom and dad said they want to speak to you about something. Huh? Me? What could it be? I can only apologize in advance for the inconvenience, but would you mind heading down to the Herbert Hoover General Hospital to see them on your next day off? I'll cover your transportation costs and your hotel if you need to stay the night. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about that. I can cover everything. Eric won't be at the hospital when I arrive, will he? No, of course not. All right, well, in that case, I'll head down to see them on Sunday. And they can talk to me about whatever they want then. Sunday? All right, got it. I'll let you know my time of arrival closer to the day. Great, thanks a bunch, Joanne. Sorry again for the trouble.
Hey, Joanne. Remember how you were bitching and whining about my $5 a month child support contributions? Well, it just so happens I have some good news to announce. I'm willing to bump it back up to $200 a month. If you marry me again.
I take it that means you'll only be putting $200 into the household every month?
You're working. What's wrong with that? $200 is more than enough.
Not even close. Be honest, Eric. The only reason you're messaging me with this crap is because you got fired recently and are currently juggling several part-time jobs in an attempt to make up for the massive blow that got dealt to your income.
Huh?
Besides, you're nothing but talk. It's always the same with you. I bet you'd stop contributing even the $200 once you got comfortable.
No way. That's not true.
How can I trust anything you say? Your word means nothing ever since you broke your promise on the child support and took it upon yourself to drop it down to $5 a month. I mean, why did you get it? You're in a desperate financial situation and will stop at nothing to claw back any money you can. You used your parents' car accident as an opportunity to reduce the child support payments to the paltry sum of $5 a month. Now you have the nerve to say you'll bump it back up to $200 if I remarry you? Does your arrogance know no bounds? Was this the plan all along? To try and make me suffer by cutting the payments before giving me an in to get the money back by marrying you again so you could leech off me and do nothing around the house all day just like the good old days? I'm sure that had your plot succeeded, you would have done your utmost to force me to work more hours than ever before to fund your pathetic, worthless existence.
No way. It's not like that.
There was just one little problem with your master plan. I make far too much money for cutting the child support to make me desperate enough to marry you again.
Seriously? Huh. Wait a sec. How the hell do you know so much about my situation?
Wow, you noticed. Maybe you're not as much of a pea-brained moron as I thought you were. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me. I just arrived at the hospital to visit your parents.
What?
I'm with your sister, Anna.
What the heck is going on?
She told me all about the situation with your mom and dad, and suddenly your crazy behavior surrounding the child support suddenly makes perfect sense.
Oh my god. What the heck? You're all ganging up on me behind my back.
Stick your child support payments up your ass.
Wow. Really? You mean I don't have to pay?
Yep.
Like seriously? Like, really?
The downside is that you'll never see your son Fonzie again. But as long as that's fine with you, we can go ahead with 0 child support.
Sure. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. Let's do it. Yeehaw!
Understood. Your mom and dad will fill you in on the rest.
Woohoo! Talk about hitting the frickin' jackpot. My life is about to get so much easier. Hey, bitch. Is that What you meant by me not having to pay child support anymore? My goddamn parents agreed to give Fonzie my frickin' inheritance money in return? Give me back my money. Now.
It's not your money anymore.
But it should have been mine. It belonged to me originally. Tell Fonzie to waive his right to the inheritance.
It's too late, Eric. The procedures have already begun.
Not my problem. Undo it. Now. Tell Fonzie to relinquish his right to the inheritance now.
He's a 7-year-old child.
Age has nothing to do with this, bitch.
Why not use this as an opportunity to self-reflect instead of swearing at me like some demented old man? This obviously would never have happened if you hadn't been such a blithering moron that you thought it was actually acceptable to reduce the child support payments to $5 a month.
Yeah, my money. My money!
Anyway, don't you have bigger things to worry about right now?
What are you talking about?
Isn't the young girl at your workplace filing charges against you for stalking her?
Huh?
I got a phone call from her parents explaining how the middle-aged dad at the milkshake cafe where their daughter works has been following her home and loitering outside their house with a pair of binoculars every day. They were worried taking you to court and potentially having you thrown in jail might have negative consequences for our son, but I assured them you have nothing to do with Fonzie and that my fiancé has plans to adopt him soon.
What? Your fiancé? You've been cheating on me this whole time?
I met him after we divorced. Don't lump me in the same category of a scumbag as you.
What, did you just call me bitch?
This is the last time we'll ever speak. Because I'm going to block you very soon.
Huh?
I kept you unblocked in case we ever needed to discuss Fonzie, but it looks like there's no danger of that anymore.
Hey, wait, no.
Like I just told you, I have plans to get married soon. An irritating jerk making my phone blow up with notifications is the last thing I need on my plate when I have a wedding to plan. If you desperately need to discuss something with me, you're welcome to contact me through the lawyer we used during the divorce.
Joanne, you listen here, bitch. Who the fuck do you think you are?
All right, I think it's time to block you now. Apparently, Eric tried to launch an assault on his mom and dad's hospital ward after that. But they could read their son like a book, and they'd already requested that hospital security refuse him entry in advance. Hilariously, he walked away gritting his teeth after vainly huffing and puffing at them until the hospital director came out and threatened to call the police. Unbeknownst to him, Eric's dad had been going through the procedures to sell their house ever since he found out about the stunt he pulled with the child support. By the time he found out, the house was already sold. With that, Eric was officially homeless. However, he still had a major problem. He had to come up with the compensation he now owed the girl he'd been stalking at work. In a stroke of miraculous luck, he managed to land himself a job at a factory where the manager agreed to let him live inside a storage shed on the premises. It may seem like things were going surprisingly well for my ex-husband, given the circumstances, but that was where his luck ran out and his nightmare began. It turned out the factory he landed a job at was notorious for exploiting its employees. He's currently working like a dog to pay back all of the debt he owes. Last I heard, his power-tripping manager only lets him sleep in the shed for 4 hours per day, forcing him to work the other 20 without breaks. I know it sounds rough, but look on the bright side. At least he's too busy to bug me anymore. It really is true what they say, huh? What goes around comes around, so be nice, folks.